move to Mexico, especially San Miguel de Allende, just for the views and the charm. That isn't the only reason. So today I'm going to walk you through the 5 main reasons why people choose to make this beautiful city their home. Welcome to part 2 of why people are moving here. These aren't guesses, these are consistent reasons we hear from people who have moved. So today we will cover value, stress, weather, reinvention, and above all else, community.
I stop and stare, I can hardly believe it. I got the devil's kiss.
San Miguel de Allende offers world-class amenities, from restaurants to museums, art galleries, hot springs, and I absolutely love how walkable this city is. So just to give you a comparison of the size of San Miguel to another city, it's about the same size as Asheville, North Carolina, and we have over 400 restaurants. So we've featured some of our all-time favorite restaurants in past episodes, from Mesa Marrakech, Raíces, Yerba Santa, even Curado Focacceria. Those are just to name a few. And of these restaurants, you can get a high-class, delicious, kind of like a home-cooked meal for right around $30 to $50 for a couple of 2. Comparing that to another city, you'd be paying about $100 or $150 for those meals. So the value is exceptional. Another critical value is having access to high-speed internet. Now, we have fiber optic cable in our community, and it's about $35 to $50 a month. So it really draws in the digital nomads, retirees, and even homeschool families. We have friends that their kids are doing online college courses, and they have to be able to access video chat to contact their teachers. So the internet can be really great that we even know some people that their bosses don't even know they live in Mexico. That's how good the connection is. Something I hear consistently from people when they first moved to San Miguel is they didn't realize how stressed they were mentally and physically until they come to this city. So San Miguel, because it is a World Heritage Site, a UNESCO World Heritage Site to be exact, there are no billboards, there are no flashing lights. It's very peaceful and tranquil, and even in the centro, there are no traffic lights. So there is just a slower pace and a flow that you immediately feel relaxed. And just to give you a couple examples, for myself as a homeschool and a working mom, I feel stressed sometimes and I just need to release with a full body massage. And I found the most incredible massage therapist that for right around $40 US, she'll come to your home and give you an hour massage. Now, another thing, I have a friend who moved here with her family, and her husband was extremely stressed with work, but he was working remotely. So something he found that relieved his stress was every Sunday morning he would walk up the cobblestone streets to the Starbucks in Centro, sit and have a coffee, chat with new friends, and it became his routine that he looked forward to every weekend, and it really reduced his stress throughout the week. I wish you could experience this amazing weather right now. We're in winter, and I'm wearing a light sweater. It's about 65 degrees Fahrenheit, but the average temperature in San Miguel de Allende is right around 75 degrees Fahrenheit. If you want to compare that to other cities around Mexico, like Cancún, Playa del Carmen, Cabo San Lucas, or even Puerto Vallarta, those can be upwards of about 90 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit on average. So we really often meet people that are visiting from those cities. Maybe they're foreigners or expats that relocated to the beach, because who wouldn't want to live at the beach? But then they come to San Miguel because the weather is so much more tolerable and beautiful here. You know, we actually spent some time traveling through Colombia, and we went to Medellin. And Medellin's known as the city of eternal spring. And San Miguel needs a name like that as well, because the weather is beautiful most of the year. A couple weeks here and there, it might be colder than normal or hotter than normal, but in general, the weather is divine. This magical city holds space for you to reinvent your body, mind, and soul. Now, a little history about San Miguel was right after World War II, there was a group of American veterans that came to San Miguel to learn about art. And from that point forward, San Miguel just boomed and blossomed as an artistic hub in Mexico, but all throughout the world. So we have a dear friend who's actually an architect, a world-class architect that has been retired now, but he comes and he attends art classes and teaches people how to draw and sketch the real way architects used to do it, by sketching by hand. And he gets to improve his mind as he's in his retirement age, his golden years. So another thing that I love is when my parents come here to San Miguel. My dad is 71 years old, and he's able to stay fit and active. We featured them in a previous episode, but he does about 2 to 5 miles of walking a day. And at 71, he can do 30 push-ups because the city allows your body to be active and moving. In a previous episode, I hosted a women's roundtable brunch, and I had the honor of talking to 4 of my closest friends about their experience in San Miguel. And one of my girlfriends is from Guerrero, Mexico, and her husband is from Spain. So when they moved here, it wasn't the intention to stay here long term, but they fell in love with the city. And she got to reinvent herself by creating a business opportunity here in San Miguel. So it allows you to just explore new avenues and just challenge yourself. When we first visited San Miguel, I knew within 2 weeks that this was the place I wanted to call my home, because we went to church and met a community of people that I had my first ladies' night with a bunch of ladies that were just exceptional. And then our community that we live in, our fraccionamiento, our neighborhood, our neighbors put together a potluck and we got to meet all of our neighbors. We even made friends with one of our neighbors who gave us the first experience we've ever had of a Mexican New Year's Eve, where we threw lentils in the air and made wish for good luck and good health. We put cinnamon in our shoes and we walked around the neighborhood with our suitcases to bring in travel for the new year. So that's just to name a few. But the other thing I absolutely love is the accessibility to community for my children. So people often ask me, how do you ensure your kids are socialized because they're homeschooled? And San Miguel offers a vast variety of options for kids of all ages, from young children in preschool all the way up to teenagers getting ready for college. From a homeschool community that we have to a Teen Connect group where they have musical theater and art classes. So my son is actually taking a class at a restaurant called Trino, where he's learning how to create buildings from natural earth structures. So it's an Ecolab class. And this restaurant, which we'll be featuring in future episode, has so many great options for kids who want to learn from the world. So San Miguel has something for everyone. People often find a deeper community here within 1 year than it takes a decade elsewhere. So these are the reasons people move to San Miguel de Allende. And if you have any other comments or questions or suggestions about anything we talked about in this episode, please leave a comment below so we can keep exploring together.